Hey gamers, Rick here with Game Trade Media. We are at the Alliance Open House, and I've got Christian from Osprey Games here today. Thanks for joining us, Christian.
No, thanks for having me.
And you're going to show us a little bit about some sort of jungle adventure?
Yeah. I'm going to show you the expansion to the Lost Expedition.
Nice.
The Lost Expedition is actually our best-selling game ever.
Wow.
Yep. And what it is it's an adventure game that can be played great solo or co-op, or you can even play it competitively. And it's a game of making the least worst decisions. It's kind of like life that way.
Perfect.
But the idea is that you or your teammates are going to lead an expedition through the Amazon jungle. It's the 1920s, and you're going to try to get to the lost city of El Dorado.
Nice.
You're going to try to find the Fountain of Youth, essentially.
Okay.
All right. So, and you have people with different expertise. So, for instance, Roy is good at jungle, being in the jungle. Teddy is good at camping. And Isabella is good at navigation.
Nice.
All right. And the goal is to get your meeple from here to here with at least one of them alive. And it's really
And we only
really
need
hard.
one alive.
Only one alive. You just have to
Perfect.
crawl into camp and never mind how you get back out.
Okay,
But
so
you
I just have to be
you just
faster
get
than
there.
them.
That's right.
All right, cool.
So the idea is that you every day you're going to take 2 hikes. You're going to take 2 treks. And
Okay.
you're going to navigate through the jungle. And you're going to have to deal with everything the jungle throws at you. You're going to have to resolve all these events.
Okay.
And you'll notice that there are 3 sets of icons, or 3 colors of icons on the cards. The red ones, you have to pick one set and resolve it.
Okay.
The yellows, you have to do. And the blues, you can do or not do. All right. So, for instance, here, let's take a look at the very first card. You would deal these cards out depending on the variant you're playing. If you're playing solo, co-op, whatever, they could be arranged numerically or whatever. So we have a choice. We could spend some camping expertise and move our meeple 1. We could spend some camping expertise, but we have to add a card to the trek. The trek, like something like this.
Okay.
And that's not good because generally these cards are not helpful to you. The jungle does not like you. It's trying to kill you.
Right.
Or we could spend some navigation expertise, but we get some camping expertise.
Okay, cool.
I mean jungle expertise. So for instance, let's say for this one, I'm going to spend some jungle expertise. I'm going to move my meeple. So Roy has the jungle expertise. I'm going to take some health from Roy. Put him aside, I get to move.
Okay,
That's great.
great.
Except Roy's only got 1 now. He's on his last leg.
Right,
Last
wow.
legs. All right, turn that over. We could spend some health, spend some camping. We could spend health. Then maybe we're going to take it from Teddy. We're going to got to take some more health from Teddy. Now everybody's on their last legs. I've got to spend some food. Food is bad because if you run out of food, you have to spend 2 healths.
What?
Okay, but I get to switch 2 cards. So maybe
Something easy.
yeah, maybe I want to do something like these 2.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the card, that'll make my track easier. So as you work your way through the game, you're going to be looking ahead, seeing what the jungle is throwing at you, and how you can best rearrange the cards, how you can make the best choices. If you see something where you're going to have to spend a lot of health, for instance, maybe you want to try to pick up some health along the way. And what ends up happening is that your expedition usually runs out of health pretty quick.
Yeah,
you'll come
seems like
close,
it.
but it's really hard.
Now, let me ask you this. As I'm playing this, I don't have to take the cards in succession, do I? Or
Yes,
do I?
you do.
Oh, okay.
You do.
And if I do this one, do I still have to do one of the reds?
Yes.
You always have to do at least
Yes.
one red.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always at least one of the reds. Take your choice. Have to do the yellows. And there's
Okay,
only going to
okay.
be yet 1 yellow on a card.
Okay.
And when you get to the blues, you can do them or not.
Or
like
not.
maybe it's worth spending some camping expertise to pick up some
Extra food.
Some food, for instance.
Yeah.
And basically the white means spend, black means gain. So for instance, if we did this one, if we spent the food,
Yeah.
but I pick up this expertise, what I can do is take this card, and because it's got navigation or jungle expertise, I could put it with somebody, for instance, Isabella.
Right.
And the next time I have to spend some jungle expertise, navigation expertise, instead of taking her health, which would kill her right now,
Yeah.
I can spend the card.
Makes sense.
I can
All
spend
right.
the card. So you see what I'm saying
Yep,
about
absolutely.
making the least worst decisions. And when you
Yep.
you've got through the day, you should pull them away, you shuffle out, you deal some more adventure cards, and you keep going trying to get to here. Now,
Nice.
so that's the core game.
Right.
And I love this game too because I play it at home by myself, or I play with my kids or people, because it works as beautiful solo as it does co-op. And in the
Nice.
co-op, you and I would make the decisions together.
Sure.
That's the co-op part. It's like,
Okay.
oh, let's think about this. Great.
Makes sense.
Now, what we have coming out in a couple weeks is the Fountain of Youth, which is the
Nice.
first expansion for the game. And it has 4 components. You can pretty much mix and match them, but you have to have the original game.
Right.
All right. So the idea is as I said, is that you're trying to get to the lost city of El Dorado. Now, the conquistadors have been there first. They were looking for what they thought was the fountain of youth, and they found it. But it turns out it wasn't the fountain of youth. It was the fountain of immortality. So it didn't make them young. It just kept them from dying. And they've basically been rotting for 500 years, going crazy.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's horrible. And so if you want to play the fountain variant, you just mix in these cards, and there's more adventure cards, and they're nasty. So, for instance, if you get captured...
Let me take this one.
Oh, sorry.
And show it.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice close-up here. So if you get captured...
You have a choice between spending 3 foods, because you're starving, or killing somebody, just flat out killing somebody. Like, just you could just say, it's like, oh my God, I you know what? I got to get rid of Roy. He's dead. Boom.
Dang, that's harsh.
Yep. If you get hunted, you have the choice of spending some food or health, or you get to move your meeple, but you have to kill somebody. Somebody has to die.
But somebody must die.
Somebody die. And if you meet the head of the conquistadors, Francisco Orellana, watch out, because you're going to either expend some ammunition trying to get out of that situation, or some health. And when you do that, you'll either take a card off your journey, or you'll have to add one to it too. And there are other ones. And if you actually get to the fountain itself, if that card comes up, you can get a lot of health, but you got to kill somebody. You got to kill somebody. Or you can pick up some health and swap some cards.
Okay.
So basically, this is the most straightforward of the expansions, because all you're doing is just mixing the cards in.
Sure.
They make the track a little harder.
Okay.
But if you'd like some help, we actually have included some companions, for instance. Sorry.
Right there.
There you go. All right. So you have 3 companions that can help you. And they don't take the place of your expedition members. They're literally are helpful. So, for instance, Volcana acts as a bodyguard.
All right.
Now, when you put... Yes.
She has no expertise.
Right. Because she's just there. She's the muscle.
Okay.
So when you pick a companion, for instance, some of your other 2 companions, you'll start them with 3 healths. Volcana, you start with 5.
Ooh.
And the idea is that if you need to spend health along the way, you take it from her. Because she's got all the strength, right?
Of course.
Okay. Komatsi is a native chief, and he has all the expertises.
Yeah, he knows his
He
way
knows
around
his
the
way
jungle.
around, right? So he's very, very useful.
Nice.
And my favorite, Renty, we have a dog, Rin Tin Tin.
And he can change a card. Is that it?
Well, Renty, what happens is when you play with Renty, is he starts with 3 healths, and every time you take a health from him, you can take one of the cards away from the end of your trek.
Okay.
And that can be very helpful, because maybe this is nasty.
Sure.
Or, the sooner you follow the track, the sooner you can get to another day, the more chances you have to move forward.
Right.
Once he runs out of health, though, he runs away. I tried to get the editors to say he died, but they wouldn't.
They wouldn't
no
do
one's
it?
going to kill the dog. The dog runs away.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now, the jungle legends also speak of a cat that prowls the jungle in human form, which is the werebeast.
Nice,
right? I love this art. It's by an artist named Garen Yu, and he's just does so great.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I'm a big fan of Tintin, and he tips to it. It's nice.
Well, this actually is, as far as the artwork goes, I just wanted to point this out. And what I'm seeing is it's very pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that look.
Yeah. It's based on history. In 1929, a British explorer named Percival Fawcett led an expedition into the Amazon, looking for the lost city of El Dorado, and just disappeared. Nobody knows what's happened to him.
Makes sense.
And the characters you play with are actually based on real people. So Roy is Roy Chapman Andrews, who's a famous paleontologist. He's sort of the inspiration for Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Teddy, of course, is Teddy Roosevelt. We have Bessie Coleman, who's a famous aviatrix.
Nice.
So there's actually a little tip to history into it.
I like that.
With a nice little element. But anyway, with the werebeast, what you do is you would mix the werebeast cards in. You can tell them. I don't know if you catch it on camera, but they have a little paw mark on them. You would mix them in, and let's say they came up like that, for instance. Okay. So you take the werebeast, and when it comes up, if you want to do it, you mark one of your people, one of your characters, like that. And then the next time it comes up, you restore that character to the health, whatever they started with, depending on the variant you're playing. Yeah, so you could bring somebody back to life, but they're going to come back to life as the werebeast. And what happens for the werebeast is that instead of having to spend ammunition from other characters, or if you have to spend ammunition, for instance, if you don't have ammunition, you have to take 2 health off of somebody. They're very expensive. You take it from the werebeast.
Okay.
But if the werebeast dies, the character dies with him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And then the final variant is actually, to my mind, sort of the most interesting. We're going to play with the terrain a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going through that track, and in the core game, it doesn't matter. None of the track cards are any different than another. It's just a way of literally keeping track.
Okay.
But in the mountain variant, keep the city because that's your objective. You put the peak in the middle, and you start with a base camp.
Okay.
And then you deal out you pick a certain number of cards from here. I think I picked 5. All right. And you put them this way so that the arrows point to the peak. Let's say like that. Okay. And then, as your meeple moves onto the card, every time you have done your day, you flip the card over, and you do what's on the card. So this one actually is pretty good because you can either pick up some food or you can pick up some ammunition.
Okay.
When you get to the peak, you can see ahead now. So what you can do is you can draw 3 cards out of your event pile that would be dealt here, and you can look at them. So you can actually see what's coming. You can see what's ahead of you, and it could be something really terrible, or it could be something good. You could discard all of these cards if you wanted. You could reorder the cards that you wanted and then put them back. So the next time you dealt this track, you have a little control over what the jungle is throwing at you.
Right.
And then
you prepared yourself.
You prepared yourself, and you keep going until you get there.
You make it.
You get there.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. Other than the track variants, that you can just literally just mix everything in, and you can make it. You could play the fountain to make it harder, but you could use the companions to make it easier.
Right.
So it adds a little bit of flavor to the game.
It.
It's very nice. Yeah, I love it.
And now, as far as all this is concerned, the Lost Expedition is out.
The Lost Expedition is out and available.
And the Fountain of Youth is available when?
It will come out on September 18th.
So just a couple weeks away?
Just a couple weeks away.
Perfect.
Cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Christian,
Thank
for
you
joining
much.
us.
Thanks for
now,
having
if
me.
anybody out there watching wants to find out more about what Osprey Games has available, where can they go?
They can go to ospreygames.co.uk. We're headquartered in Oxford, England, hence that. And they'll find all the resources they need.
Perfect.
Great.
And, of course, if you go to Osprey Games on any social media platform or look it up on Facebook or Google, you'll come up, and you can follow them on there as well. So, again, thanks, Christian. We appreciate you. We love having you on camera with us anytime. And for all of you out there, I'm Rick. This is Game Trade Media, and we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks for watching Game Trade Media. Make sure to leave us a like and click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new content.